What's going on, everyone? This is Ecos Blacks here again for TML season 8, I believe. Um, yeah, we're here in Canada and didn't make an episode last week because I forgot to record. Well, I didn't forget. I just pressed the PS button where I couldn't record it, and so yeah, I just decided not to make a video on it. But we're on a qualifying lap here. Coming in that qualifying lap, we go P3, and yeah, I mean, honestly, there wasn't much to miss from Hungary. Honestly, I think we were easily the fastest car. Just got a little stuck in traffic, and as you can see with the time remaining, I'm actually going to decide to pit because the conditions were getting better. So I just decided to pit and try to do one lap quali. But watching this lap, you're gonna see that I just do not have any confidence at all. As you can see, with better conditions, I'm already going slower. So, I mean, that's at least what I forgot. I think his name is Mark, the engineer, said. The track's getting better, but it did not feel like the track was getting better. And yeah, we didn't improve. But from Hungary, the third of Gel won. The guy in third, Gel, won the race. Hit the back of him and he spun, but luckily I had penalties, so he was able to catch back up with me. So yeah, and I also ran out of fuel with like 2 laps to go because I massively underfueled, thinking cautions or safety cars, but yeah, it didn't happen. But yeah, well, we came home P7 that day. So the first 2 races we've already thrown away 2 potential wins and a lot of points. So yeah, today, again, as always, we're gonna try to go on the hard to medium. Probably should have did medium to hard, honestly, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. So coming for 5 red lights, and away we go. My teammate gets an absolute B start. I get a decent start on the Mercedes, so we're gonna go down the inside on the Mercedes because I want to make up as much time as possible. So because I am kind of starting far back, and I knew I should be at least top 5. So I was a little upset about that, but you can see the Mercedes here is already putting up quite the fight. So yeah, I just get behind them and wait for another opportunity later. And you can see it goes wide, so that tells me, okay, maybe we can go for it in the chicane. So yeah, you can see me use a bit of the battery, and he is on the battery right now. But going through the chicane here, you can see he does not do the chicane well, and we are all on him. And now going into the chicane, where you can see he's moving over a bit, but we don't really dive in as deep as we need to. And we make a little bit of contact as he, well, I mean, really, we just got stuck together there. I don't think that was anyone's fault. Just 2 cars at the same place at the wrong time. So yeah, Mercedes was fighting me really hard, which I didn't mind as we get our first warning. Didn't mind it at all, but I knew I was quicker because he was going really slow. So we're going to attack him again going into turn 1, and yeah, I couldn't get the car to slow down in the center, and just he got by again. So this one we're just wasting ERS now, but we do get by the Alfa Romeo, which is good. And yeah, so moving on a good bit in the race, you're gonna see how long I was stuck behind the Mercedes. Yeah, so here's my teammate, Silas. Me and the Mercedes were going by him, and I was actually hoping my teammate to battle him, but he didn't really battle him. So maybe that was a good thing, but yeah, he's gonna let me by here. Well, I wouldn't say let me by, but not really race me. So I go by, he lets me. Oh, we actually made contact going in. I don't know if that was him though. I think that was somebody else, honestly, but that actually messed me up. So now I'm under fire from the action behind Maximus, and yeah, he gets by. So We just gotta let them have it. You know, I'm a little slow on the straights, as you can see, I'm pretty slow on the straights. And yeah, just unfortunate, really, as we get another spot thanks to Alpine spinning. But moving on to lap 5, coming out of this corner, Maximus is gonna lose the car, and that promotes me back up to P8. So, well, I mean, I don't think we were ever P8, but now we're up to P8. But now you're gonna see how slow I am on straight, and I don't have enough battery to really charge at this guy. So you can see we're gaining slowly, but it's just really not enough as we should be. So, and now I'm gonna try and set him up, but I just lose the car, and yeah, that opportunity's gone because I had him right there in my grasp, and then coming to this corner now, I can try again and see if I can get him. And going down through the chicane, I am a little close, so this is about getting a good chicane and then the chicane after that. But he's also close to DRS himself if he can get there. So I'm trying. I know he's using the battery because he's used the battery for a long time. But on lap 13, you can see how long I was stuck behind him. I just did not have the straight line speed, and again, losing the car. I just cannot get close enough as Kiki retires, and that triggers a safety car. So now we can go to the medium tires because I need to get by this Mercedes. He is just not quick enough, and he's just using the battery, and he has way too much straight line speed for me to pass. Well, really, I would say my ERS management was just crap too. So yeah, we just got to be better with that because my ERS management was not very good at this race. But I knew I was just much quicker than everybody in front of me. But yeah, we're just gonna go into the pits, change the tires, go on the mediums, and you can actually see here we jumped the Mercedes because his teammate actually pitted, and yeah, he actually got held up because of that. So we actually jumped the Mercedes, thankfully. I hate being stuck behind people. It's literally the most frustrating thing probably in this game, besides seeing stupidity. But other than that, that's probably the most frustrating game, just stuck behind somebody you can do nothing. And in this game, it's a lot harder to pass people. So, and now we're gonna look for a move on the Haas, and now we go down the inside. He's on the hard tire. He doesn't really put up a challenge, so we move up to P6, but we still have that penalty. So, and I think, or we do have a time penalty, so we got to be careful of getting any more, because Canada is probably the easiest track to get a penalty at. It's so easy to push your boundaries, but as everyone gets adjusted to this game, if they're still playing the game anyway, it will become easier. As now we're gonna go on Alfa Romeo and make that move, go down the outside and leave enough space just in case, but he didn't make the dive, so we were good. And then Maximum retires, and now that triggers another safety car. Another safety car, bro. So now I want you to pay attention to this right here. You can see the Mercedes is in the pit lane. The guy is Gel, the points leader, because he was actually on the soft compound tire. So now he said he didn't know if it was just a mistake or what. But now we're gonna take that spot and move up to 4th, I believe, as we go by the AlphaTauri. Contact on my fault. Sorry about that. But yeah, we do move up to 3rd now, but we still have the penalty in Ghost, who has none. So we got some work to do. We gotta get by Ghost and then build that 3-second gap. As you can see, we are gaining on Ghost, but my teammate retires, and then that means another safety car. So now we're gonna go back racing, and you can see here I'm getting actually a bit of a slipstream. And I thought about going to the inside, but then I'm going to go to the outside, and then Silas just doesn't really leave me enough room. And I was afraid of the contact model that I would spin out. So, and really, I didn't intend for that to happen. As you'll see here, he gets a 3-second penalty, so now it's all fair game. But I didn't intend for that to happen. I just kind of got, you know, I would say kind of crossed on. And then now he gets another penalty. But that's just what it looked like to me, as we almost lose the car. And what a save for me. That was such a save. But sadly, we lose track position now as a virtual safety car comes out. Luckily, that was not a full safety car. That was a full safety car. That would not have been good. But you'll see here under the safety car, I believe that was Silas who pitted. Because he actually, I don't think he made a pit stop yet. But now we timed the restart perfectly. We're going to go around the outside of Ghost and try not to make contact. We do make a little bit of contact, but luckily we're going to get the spot. And that's what I needed. I needed to get by. So now we're going to go for the move on Gel. And going through here, we don't really hook it up too well. Because Gel just gets an absolute mega chicane, and going into turn 1, I leave the space and then get the bottom lane and we're good. But he's gonna try and cross back over, but can't get the grip to do it. So moving on to lap 32, we hit the back of him, and then we lose the car ourselves right here. And yeah, Ghost at the back of me, lost his wing and lost a lot of points. So I mean, there's just really nothing I could do there. I was going so slow that it was just gonna hurt, you know, my traction out of the corner. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, obviously, for him and me, but that stuff happens. So going now to 2 laps to go when we exit the chicane, and this is where a lot of things are going to pick up. So we're going to stay on board for the last 2 laps of this race. The points leader and me are going to battle it out here. As you can see, though, the track is starting to get a bit overcast, as we get a stupid warning there. The track is starting to get a bit overcast, and right now you can see I need to build a 3-second gap to the Mercedes. But at this point, I'm thinking, okay, there's no way I can do it. But you can see the Mercedes is losing a lot of time. You can just see, look at the time he's losing. He's losing so much time on these tires, and at this point I was thinking, is he having wheel problems or controller problems or something? But regardless, I didn't care. I was still trying to win this thing. So going into the chicane, at this point I'm just going to use the battery every lap, every straight, every off the corner, whatever. I'm just going to use it to get all the power I can down the straightaway. So now we must deliver probably the most perfect lap, as he actually got passed by the soft runner of Silas, who has 12 seconds of penalties. Yeah, not my best race on keeping it clean, I'll be honest. I've done races where I haven't got a penalty, but even in Brazil, PSGL, as we lose the car there, and then the Mercedes goes by, even in Brazil I don't get penalties. But yeah, that mistake is probably going to cost us the win here, as you can still see the Mercedes is really struggling here, as he nearly loses it, as he almost loses it again, nearly loses it again, and we're back by. So now we're going to use this DRS, use this ERS, and I'm hoping that the Alfa Romeo stays in front of me, because I want this DRS. But I think he is going to get DRS as well. So coming out of the final corner, or the final chicane, he actually is going to let me by. And now we're going to use the ERS and the slipstream, or DRS. But sadly, I think the Mercedes got DRS, but I'm not quite sure. We actually hit pool like 2 or 3 tenths on the straight. Coming to the line, I had a horrible chicane, and now we see, was that enough? And it wasn't. The final chicane, the whole last lap just cost me so much. Just a bunch of mistakes on my part. So yeah, I gave that one away. That's definitely on me. But we do get another podium, so, or our first podium actually, I believe. So yeah, that's good. Definitely happy with that one. A little frustrated because I felt like it should have been the win, but hey, these things happen, you know, and there's really nothing you can do about it. It's up be better. So yeah, he wins the race, and we're just gonna have to move on. So yeah, next race is Baku, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm a little nervous, but I think it could, you know, be all right. We'll see. This depends on how we do and how consistent we are, and we don't spin and stuff like that. So yeah, congrats to him on the win, and congrats to, I think it's Silas on the podium, or Maximum. I think it's actually Maximum on the podium. Uh, so yeah, just yeah, Maximus on the podium, and Sidegate gets fourth because he had like 12 seconds of penalty. So yeah, unfortunate for him, and McLaren doesn't get double points, which is also kind of a bummer. And Mercedes actually do get double points. Actually, I think everyone gets points if you finish. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't really know how the points work, but yeah, it's all right. On the Baku, we'll see what we can do there. Definitely feel confident that we can win if we just put a race together. So yeah, this is Ecos Blacks. I will see you guys in Baku for TML.